Hi, I'm Ree from mummyoffour.com. I help busy mums make their lives easier with parenting tips, tricks, hacks and advice. I get questions sent in all the time via social media, especially via my Instagram, asking me about all sorts of parenting topics. And one I'm getting a lot of questions about at the moment is how do I get my toddler to give up their dummy or their pacifier or whatever you want to call it, the dummy, Anyway, let me know in the comments, what do you call it? We always called it a dummy. Anyway, people are struggling. So I'm going to start with saying it is entirely up to you whether or not you give your child a dummy. Entirely up to you. And when your child is ready to give up the dummy, that is also entirely up to you. So your child should not be having to give up the dummy because your mother-in-law says, or your friends, or the media, or anything. You must always do what is right for your child. So that's what I'm going to start to say. But when you have decided that it is time to give up a dummy, it can be tricky. So there are a few things that are worth considering. If pushed, and people were to ask me when would I say is the best time to give up the dummy, I personally all of mine had dummies when they were small babies. It was especially handy when I had more than one child and you've got to do school runs and things and you've got the cranky baby, and they're in that pram and things. It is very, very handy from that point of view. Personally, as soon as they were trying to communicate and trying to form words, I thought that it was best that they didn't have a dummy, at least during the day. So I only ever offered it to them then at nap times and bedtime. Because obviously if they've got a dummy in, then they're more likely to just grunt or do pointing and things rather than practice their speech. So we don't want them to get in the way of that. So if you're wondering when's the right time, if you think it's the time they should be forming words and trying to speak, that's probably a good time to try and start getting rid of it. So basically there are two different ways to ditch the dummy. I'm going to share them with you now. The first one and the easiest one is what happened with 3 out of 4 of my children. And quite simply, you just offer it less and less. So I think Dylan, my eldest, in fact, he had a syringe dummy. So this is an additional trick that I wasn't going to talk about, but he had one of those medicine syringe dummies when he was about 6 months old and he wasn't very well. So I gave him this medicine syringe dummy, and obviously then you press the plunger and all the medicine goes in his mouth and he's like, oh, okay. So disgusting. And then he thought all dummies had medicine in them. So although that was not a tip I was going to share, there's a bonus for you. Give them medicine in one of those hideous syringe dummies. They'll think all dummies are evil. So that's a bonus tip. But anyway, basically he just automatically then didn't want to go back to the dummy. Will then was older. I think he was coming up to 1, maybe just turned 1. And he was only having them at night. And he didn't have one in his room because they'd all out been washed. So I put him to bed and I thought, I'll go and get one. And I left the room and I thought, you know what? He's not asking for it. He's not making any noise. And I didn't give it to him. And then he never asked for it again. So I left it. So if you just do it less and less, some children, and not all children, I'm fully aware not all children, we'll get to those children in a second. Some children will just be quite content to just, if you don't offer it, you just keep it out of sight, out of mind, pull it back and back and back until I don't want it anymore. Now we're going to get to the children, which are, if you have searched for this video and you're watching this video, who just will not give it up. Be honest. Let me know in the comments if that is your child that has the dummy, does not want to get rid of the dummy. Okay, so if they're at this age where they're really quite attached to it and they're communicating with you that they're quite attached to it, they have got a level of understanding that about the dummy and the fact that they want it. Here is where bribery can come in. Now, what I did for Bella, who out of my 4 children is possibly the most stubborn. Certainly most stubborn about the dummy, I don't know. Zara's competing for most stubborn child award. But anyway, certainly most stubborn with the dummy. She would not give it up. So it was like, right, okay, only at night. We only have the dummy for bed. And I had to hide them up on a high shelf so she couldn't reach them. And she was just having it for bed. And she could have it for nap time as well. So then we went to just bedtime. And then we explained that all the other little babies need dummies. And she was not a little baby anymore. She was a big girl. And when she was ready to give up the dummy fairy, yeah, I went there. The dummy fairy was going to bring her a present. Now, this is the key thing. The dummy fairy is going to bring her a present of her choosing. So I took her to a shop, a lovely toy shop, or you can look online or one of those catalogues or something, and you get your child to choose what the dummy fairy brings. And this is key. So they are going to choose what the dummy fairy is going to bring. And then each day you can just say, you ready? Shall we do it tonight? And then, so you buy this gift for when they say they're ready, and you hide it. But then you can keep talking about it every day. You say, are you ready? Because as soon as, what we'll do is we'll put the dummies out for the dummy fairy, and the dummy fairy will take them away. A bit like the tooth fairy, only brings you cooler stuff. The dummy fairy will take your dummies away, and they'll bring you this present, the present that you have chosen and you will love. And one day they will be ready. Just like Bella, she was a while. She was a good few weeks of doing this every day. And she chose a Baba Pink from Cloud Babies. She's like, so I was like, you ready for Baba Pink? Because we could put your dummies out tonight. You could have Baba Pink when you wake up in the morning. She's no. And then some days she'd be like, oh, maybe. And then she'd no. And then one day she was like, I'm ready for my Baba Pink now. She put her dummies out for the dummy fairy. The dummy fairy took them away. She had Baba Pink in the morning. And then the following day she was at bedtime. She was a bit like, but dummies. It's like, no. The dummy fairy took the dummies away. And she understood, because we've been talking about it over and over. The dummy fairy has taken the dummies away, and you've got Baba Pink now. Isn't that lovely? So into bed with Baba Pink, and she went, okay then. So that would be my suggestion for a strategy. It worked very well with my very stubborn, very lovely, very stubborn daughter. Let me know if you try this strategy. Let me know how it goes for you. I wish you all the luck in the world. Like I say, it's your choice. It's your child. You do what you feel is best. But if you feel it's time to give it up, then there are some ways you can do it. If you have liked this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. Leave me a comment below to let me know about your dummy struggles, whether your child used to have a dummy, how they were giving it up. Let me know all about it below. If you are catching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when you post more videos. When you post more videos? When I post more videos. I post more videos every week. If you're catching this on Facebook, don't forget to give my page a like and turn on notifications so that you get notifications when I go live. And why not also head over to Instagram, where I am live all the time and I do many stories every single day, and you can catch up with me and my crazy tribe. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you found this helpful, and I'll speak to you guys very soon. Bye.